Hi guys and girls, Simon Land here at West Country Garden Pro, and I wanted to do a video today on pricing, and I'm going to show you an actual garden. I'll take you around the garden and tell you what I price that garden at and why I price it at what I do, and how I've come to that figure in my head. Pricing is one of the hardest things to get right, I think, especially when you start off. Working out what you need to charge, how long you think the jobs will take, what about waste away, how much waste am I going to reduce, how do I get rid of the waste, what do I have to pay to get rid of the waste, you know. One of the hardest things to do, and a lot of time it's just trial and error. God, I think back when I started off about 2 years ago, the mistakes I made pricing. I remember one of the first jobs I went to, it was basically a hedge reduction, quite a substantial size hedge on a big bank, poor access. And I had to reduce this hedge, and they wanted the rubbish taken away as well. And this is when I just got my van, so it was a new vehicle, wasn't quite sure how much sort of waste it would hold. And I quoted this job at something like 150 quid, because I was so nervous and unsure and thinking, oh my God, I can't quote more than that. Who on earth is going to pay more than 150 quid to have work done in their garden? Now I know that's ridiculous, but at the time I quoted 150 quid and I thought, I can do this in a day. Maybe it's going to be a van load of rubbish, and I'll do it in a day. Sent the price in, clients must have gone, bloody hell, is this guy right? And they accepted. And when I came to do the job, it didn't take very long into the job for me to realise that I was in trouble. And it was horrible. That job took 2.5 days and 4 van loads of rubbish that I had to pay to dispose of. So I made a massive loss on that job. It cost me 150 quid in waste fees, alright? And it was horrible. And when I think back to that experience of being on the job site and knowing that I've messed up, it was horrible. I could just see money pouring away, and I was getting anxious and frustrated, and I was angry, and I was rushing. And you know, I had to try and pretend to the clients that everything was okay, and yeah, job was going really well, and it wasn't. And inside I was just thinking, oh my God. And I'm sure we've all been there. So I'm going to do a video on pricing, and I'm going to be upfront with my prices, which is a bit unusual. You don't see that very often, but I'm going to do it. And the other reason that I'm going to do it is because, you know, when I go to a job and I give an hourly rate, for example, of 20-25 quid, whatever it needs to be, and the customer says, oh, that's very expensive, my last gardener was £10 an hour, or £12 an hour, or £14 an hour, or whatever. And like, I can't run a business on those rates. I would be better off jacking it all in and going and working in Tesco's. But there are guys and girls out there charging those sorts of rates. And I don't mean to be critical of them, because maybe they just, you know, like me at the start, didn't understand about business and hadn't worked out what they need to charge. But gardening is a skilled trade, okay? It's a skilled trade, as skilled as any other, and we deserve to earn a decent living for doing this job if we do it well. So if I can, you know, be a bit more free with my pricing, hopefully some other guys might want to put their prices up and see that actually they're running way below what they need to. And you know, if every gardener out there up their charges by £5 or £10 an hour, then none of us would have to compete with those low ball operators, because we'd all be earning a decent wage. And you know, the prices that I'm going to give you in this video is what I charge at the moment. You know, I may look at this video in 2 years' time and think, my God, you idiot, why were you charging that so low? So I'm not here saying to you, this is the absolute gospel way of doing things and your prices need to be X, Y and Z, because you need to work out your own prices. So this is not me saying, you know, look at me, I've got all the answers, this is what you need to price at. This is me saying, these are the sort of figures that I'm going in at, knowing my costs and knowing that I need to make a bit of profit at it as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering on and just let you watch the damn video, because that's what you came here for. Enjoy. And I just wanted to show you this first garden and just talk a little bit how I priced it up, because this is a garden I don't work hourly rate. I try wherever possible not to work hourly rate. And the lady here pays a set fee per visit, which is fortnightly. The lady here is selling a house, she doesn't live here, and she just wants it tidy, so you know, if prospective buyers are coming round, then it looks nice. So I know that she's not going to want to spend a fortune, but she wants it tidy. So when I met her first of all, and when you meet a customer first of all, you need to get a really clear brief of exactly what it is they want done. You know, do they want just the lawn cut? What about hedges? Weed killing, do they want that included? Is it just maintaining the beds and borders? You need to find out exactly what they want you to do and formulate your price from that. You're not leaving anything out. So if I take you a quick tour around this garden, it's only very small. You've got the main lawn, which is here, okay? Now, so that gets cut fortnightly. There's no growth on it at the moment. I'll cut it today, but I know in my head that realistically, cutting that lawn, you know, strim and cut is going to take maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So I'm factoring that into my price. I've also got this kind of back of house area over here. It's a scrappy area that she doesn't really want anything done with. She just wants it neat and tidy. So again, it's just trimming around the veg beds, trimming the bank, and just giving the area a quick cut. So yeah, with the lawns, you're talking maybe 20 minutes tops. And then the borders, you know, these are fairly basic borders. They're not in bad nick, no heavy weed infestations. I'm looking at, we've got a wisteria here. So knowing that that's going to need a bit of summer pruning, which I'll do today, just to take, you know, like whippy growths like that, take that off, tidy it up. Because although she just wants it tidy, you still got to give them a good service. Because it's your name, it's your reputation. You want it looking nice. So these are the rest of the borders. You know, there's not a lot here, okay? A few climbers there, which are sprawling over the floor because they haven't got proper climbing frames to go up. And you know, just a basic border here. There's very little to do. The hedge at the back, that will be charged extra, so that is not part of my set fee that I gave this client, and I told her that at the start, that will be extra. So for me, I had to figure a price in my head that the client's going to feel comfortable with and that's going to make me some profit. So when I first visited here, I gave her a price for an initial clearing visit, which I think was about £200. And that allows me to get the property and the borders to a standard that I can then maintain from.
So that's always quite a good technique, is to tell the client you'll do an initial clearing visit, and often they'll be happy to pay a higher price for a first visit if you can then keep on top of it from there on in. So I think my initial price here to clear it all was about 200, and this client get charged a set fee of £35 per fortnight, which includes lawns cut and trimmed, as I showed you, and the borders just kept neat and tidy. That doesn't include any weed killing, doesn't include the hedge, as I said, but £35 a fortnight. Now £35 is a nice number, yeah? It's not a lot of money, and the client's happy to pay that to keep this garden tidy until she sells. You know, I could have gone down the route of giving her an hourly rate, or yeah, I'll look after your garden, it'll be, I don't know, £25 an hour. She's going to be like, what? £25 an hour? I don't want to pay that. Well, then she'll start limiting you to doing, or maybe you can just do an hour, or maybe just do 2 hours, or whatever, and then you're stuck here for a certain amount of time, and that's just shit. But if you give her a set fee that she's happy with, I'm happy with, I can come in here, I can work as fast and as efficiently as I want, and get out and move on to the next place. Now I know, in my head, that the majority of the time I'm going to be in this garden for an hour tops, if that. Maybe the odd time it might be a little bit more, but often during the growing season it's not going to be that much. £35. So I'm making £35 roughly an hour in this garden, but the client doesn't know your hourly rate. And you're not swindling them, you're just working in set fees instead of hourly rate. She's happy, she's paying an amount she's happy with, the garden's tidy, I'm happy because I'm making a very healthy profit. And I'm actually not going to make a healthy profit if I stand here talking to you guys all day. So I better crack on and I'll catch you later.